Firstly, thank you everybody for joining us this morning. As we just said, it's a fantastic venue. So, what we're going to talk to you about is a little bit about change. So I'll talk a little bit about how Tesco has changed over the years. We'll then talk about how customers are changing. And then Darren and Anthony will talk about how our media is changing to reflect what's going on with our customers. So firstly, a bit about Tesco. We are a business that has always thrived in periods of change. So the first three boxes on the left show how we've evolved over the last 40, 50 years. You know, we started off with stores with traditional counter service. We were one of the first to move into what we would call, traditional supermarkets. And then, interestingly, the biggest time when we really accelerated in the UK was between 95 and 2010. And that's the point at which we realised that working in traditional supermarkets wasn't just going to be the way forward. So we really diversified our operation in this period. And by laying those foundations of having a multi-format strategy, whether it's big stores down to small stores or online, that really paved the way for us to go from a second place in the UK to where we were in kind of 2010 and still are today, which is the biggest in the UK. But we call this the first wave of retail. Going from a shop this big to a shop this big is relatively straightforward. You're just talking about a different scale. What we're in now is what we call the second wave of retail. And the pace of this change is exponential. So as we come into the digital age, Darren will touch on this a little bit later, the pace of change is increasing massively. Now it's all about having the customer in control of what they do. It's all about being always connected, it's all about having your mobile phone, and it's becoming more and more about personalisation. One size fits all isn't what customers want these days. They want to have what they want. Technology is truly embedded. We've hard coded our kids. I have a 2-year-old who is more adept at using an iPad than my wife. It is unbelievable. So I have a 2-year-old who can open an iPad, go onto whatever application they want, and then put on whatever piece of media they want. It's embedded in. Someone said that Steve Jobs has actually hardwired the next generation. So we need to start to evolve our media to cope with, the three young guys here. They will consume media in a very different way to what we did, 10, 15 years ago. And customers are increasingly connected. There used to be a kind of a maxim we used to say in retail that if you have a good shopping experience, you'll tell 3 people. If you have a bad shopping experience, you'll tell 10. Because unfortunately, it's human nature that bad news tends to travel quicker than good news. In the digitally always connected era, that is now a game changer. Because if you have a bad shopping experience, you can go on Twitter and tell 1,000 people. And each of those 1,000 people can tell 1,000 people. And before you know it, as we've found out over the last couple of years, bad news travels incredibly quickly in this socially media-enabled age. So we need to be really media savvy, and we need to really understand these digital tools that exist for us. And ultimately what that means is we need to start giving our customers a targeted, personalised shopping experience. I'm sure all of you are the same. We now expect to be able to buy or look at what we want, wherever we want to do it, however we want to do it, and we want to be able to do it in real time. I want to be able now to go onto my phone and look to see if I can buy the latest DVD or download the latest DVD, and I want to be able to do it right now. I don't have to, in the days of catalogues, I don't have to order it and wait 28 days, I don't have to order it and wait 5 days for it to be delivered to my home. We're always connected, and I want it to be personalised, and I want to be able to do it now. And it's incredibly important for then how we view our media. Our use of media has got to be timely, and it's got to be relevant, and it's got to make people feel it's all about them. The days of broadcast and something for everybody are gone. It's all about how do we do it personally, for you, now.